dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Tonight it is a tough one for many in Pike County as the Phelps community is reeling over the loss of a teenager. This is Gabrielle Mae McCoy. Those who knew her best called her Gabby. She played basketball at Phelps and would have entered her senior year in August. Gabby died last night in an accidental shooting. Needless to say, it's shocked many people. WYMT's Wolfe reports.
Her presence stretches further than the hardwood of a basketball court.
Positive attitude. She was always positive.
Lonnie Rowe is the head coach at Shelby Valley High School, but his history with Gabby goes far beyond the walls of a gym.
To know that someone that you respected on and off the court had passed, it is very heartbreaking.
In a community, this smile, this laugh, they're gone. Now, those who knew Gabby and her never-ending spirit are left to remember the good she brought to this world.
Beautiful in every way, always had a beautiful smile. She would come in after ball games, before practice, most of the time with coaches and his daughters.
The family let us use these pictures, photos from her junior prom this spring and before the basketball season last fall. These photos highlight the innocence and the beauty that was taken far too soon.
Always had a smile on her face and so excited about going to practice or ball game, or always joyful and happy.
You can hear the impact this loss has on this community, a community where everyone knows each other and feels the weight of this moment.
She was just the type of person, when you seen her with that smile, you just felt like you knew her your whole life.
There's that word again, smile, like this one, and a laugh like this one.
She was always smiling, and when you watch Phelps play, you look for that smile.
A life gone, a smile gone, but a young woman who will never be forgotten. In Pike County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
There is a vigil being held tonight at Phelps High School. As of now, we do not know anything about funeral arrangements. A man indicted in a Knox County human trafficking case is now back in eastern Kentucky. Investigators arrested Carl Hickman along with Michael Nason and Tiffany Cheek earlier this year. They found the trio and the teen in a U-Haul in Cincinnati. Police think Michael Nason raped the girl while she was locked in the truck. He's facing 2 counts of rape. Carl Hickman served some time in Ohio before being extradited back to Kentucky in recent days. He will be back in court tomorrow. New information this evening about a fatal crash last night in Letcher County. Family members tell us the name of the man killed is Nathan Cole. The head-on crash happened along Highway 7 late last night. Police say 1 car crossed the center line, but they have not released any more details. We hope to know more later this evening. A southern Kentucky community is in shock today after a well-known woman was killed. Police say Larissa Cox was shot and killed, and the suspect is her daughter's boyfriend. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to Cox's friends on the major loss in the small town of Stearns.
Larissa, if you met her, you loved her.
The small town of Stearns, near the Kentucky-Tennessee border in McCreary County, is feeling a big loss today.
Because she was fun-loving, she loved to have a good time, talk. She never met a stranger.
48-year-old former flight attendant and beauty contestant winner and current travel nurse was killed Wednesday night.
Detectives later determined that the female had been shot, fatally wounded by her daughter's boyfriend.
Preston T. Clark was charged with murder. He's being held in the Leslie County Jail.
I was shocked, just shocked by the news in general, shocked that it happened at all, really.
Friends say Clark and his girlfriend had just celebrated the arrival of a baby, Cox's grandchild, that she adored along with all of her family.
I think family was everything to her. When she was traveling with her job, that was something she often said, that she missed home, she missed her family. That was the hardest part of it, was just being away from them.
Police say they are still investigating the motive behind the shooting. In McCreary County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
The state medical examiner will perform an autopsy on Cox Friday morning. A man accused of pointing a gun at someone and running a motorcycle off the road appeared in court this morning. James Parton was arraigned in Knox County District Court. Parton is accused of driving a vehicle that ran a motorcycle off the road while on a phone and then pointed a gun at someone at a red light. Parton was charged with first-degree wanton endangerment and appears back in court on Tuesday at 11 a.m. A man is dead following a shooting this morning involving Kentucky state troopers. State police say they were there serving a search warrant. It happened at a home on Blankenship Road near the Hazel Green community in Wolfe County. We pointed that area out for you on this map. Troopers say tensions escalated before shots were fired. Matthew Rand is following the investigation.
This all happened in a very remote part of Wolfe County, so remote that we couldn't get a signal out, which is why I'm standing here along the Mountain Parkway. Let me go ahead and show you, though, some of the video we shot earlier. And here's what we know so far. Kentucky State Police troopers from Moorhead, along with the KSP Electronic Crime Section and a K-9 unit, all went to a home this morning on Blankenship Road. Now, police say those officers went there to serve a search warrant. We don't know just what they were looking for, but once they got inside, they found a man with a gun. Troopers told him to drop it, and he refused. And that's when we're told multiple officers fired their weapons, killing him. The incident has stunned neighbors. I talked to one man who says he knows the family of the man who was killed, and he can't understand why all of this happened.
Nobody should draw on a cop, and, you know, I know the cop was just defending himself. He just ain't right. You know, it should have never happened. Not over a warrant, if that's what it was.
Police say they aren't sure if the man they shot is the one they were serving a search warrant on. No troopers were hurt in the incident. Reporting in Wolfe County, Matthew Rand, WYMT Mountain News.
And we are still working to learn the names of those involved.
If you could handle the heat, it was a nice day to be outside across the region. Going to be a nice night, too. Let's take a look at the camera network. We start with UVA-wise. A few more clouds over that way at times today, but a beautiful day on tap for us. Lots of sunshine, warm temperatures outside of our studios at WYMT here in Hazard. Pretty quiet there as well. Less clouds here than there were over at UVA-wise a little earlier. Satellite radar loop last 6 hours. Things pretty quiet. A couple little showers and storms trying to pump up out of our area, at least for the moment. We're watching those kind of running along I-64 to our north and back down into southern Kentucky to our south. High pressure sitting over most of the area, kind of keeping everything at bay today. Temperatures, it's still hot. 93 now in Hazard, 69 though in Ashland. That's kind of your range. It's kind of crazy that it's that cool up there toward Ashland. Upper 80s, close to 90 across a big chunk of the region. That's several degrees warmer in a lot of spots except for Ashland. That's 19 degrees colder than it was this time yesterday. So it's just going to be a interesting forecast as we head to the next several days. As you see here on the Appcast, we're going to get down into the low to mid 60s tonight, and then more sunshine takes us back up into those hot and humid conditions tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Brandon. A Pineville family says they woke up 2 days ago to find their Polaris RZR stolen. It was taken right from their yard in downtown Pineville. Homeowners say they have left their side-by-side in their yard for years and never thought it would be a target for thieves. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds talks to the owners about the theft.
Daniel Day spends his work selling cars and motorsports. He is particularly drawn to the Polaris RZRs they sell.
They have the most horsepower. They seem like they're the most fun.
He had one of his own until Tuesday. When he woke up that day, he found it gone. In addition to the monetary value of the ATV, it also means his two small children lost their weekend hobby.
It's kind of hard to explain to them why they no longer have their toy. That somebody came and took it without asking and they didn't bring it back.
The stolen RZR 800 cost about $7,000, but that is not the only cost.
I didn't have a trailer to use, and I borrowed one from here at Shake and Bake, and you know, so I'm going to have to pay for that trailer.
Putting an extra $2,000 burden on him if it is not found. Police are searching every lead, but have not been able to get the RZR or trailer.
If they've all been out watching film, going to residents, businesses.
But police say they are working diligently.
It's disheartening. We just really are trying to help these people get their belongings back.
If anyone has any information on the theft, which happened off Virginia Avenue downtown, they're asked to call the Pineville Police Department. In Bell County, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
The Day family is also offering a $500 reward for anyone who can give police information to put the thief or thieves behind bars. The Pineville Community Hospital is up for sale in a court-ordered auction. The auction is a sealed bid through Transon Real Estate Auction. There is a total of 9 lots, and the auction process is sanctioned by the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in London. Transon staff say there are not any bids yet, but activity looks promising. The race for governor will make a stop at this year's Fancy Farm picnic. Organizers say Governor Bevin confirmed today he would be at this year's event. Shortly after, Andy Beshear tweeted, quote, "See you there," confirming his attendance. The Fancy Farm picnic is August 3rd. Former KET journalist Bill Goodman will MC this year.
After a heat drought the last few days, things are starting to pick up. Safety tips are going to be key. We'll talk more about the heat coming up here in a few minutes.
But first, several new laws are in effect today in Kentucky, including relaxed gun laws to let people carry a concealed firearm without a permit or training.